How's it going, farmers? JJ Puffington back with you. We're gonna pot up this safe zone, step one of the root regulator auto perfect start to finish kit. And I want to start by clarifying the claim of nutrients that are made for autos. I see that a little bit on the interwebs, and it can be a little bit misleading because there's really no such thing as a nutrient made for autos. They eat the same nutrients that photos do. However, our kit here is designed for autos, and most of that is in the proportions and the regimen and the instructions. So just wanted to clear that up a little bit for you. And before we get going, I'll answer a very common question. I'm going to set these two packs out of our way and work while we're talking. Is it for autos only? This kit is intended for autos. However, it will sustain most photoperiod plants. And that depends on your veg time. So in terms of nutrition, it's made for all annual flowering herbs. As far as the instructions and the frequency of feeding, etc., that's going to depend with photoperiods on how long you're vegging, what type of plant it is, what region you're in, if it's outdoors. And we do have a product that addresses that question. It's called Extend, and it's basically um, a supplemental feeding, top dress feeding for long flowering and long season and long veg situations. And we will address that in another video. Right now, though, step one, safe zone. This is the product right here. Instructions are very simple. We are going to mix it in with our soil. We're using Pro Mix soil here today, and this stuff's kind of rough, so I'm just going to make a mess, break off some blocks. I like to break it up pretty good, but I don't really worry much about, small chunks. Gives a little bit of aggregate, if you will, and challenges the roots a little bit here and there. I don't know that it makes any difference at all, but this Pro Mix is a little bit moist. Sometimes it's hydrophobic. This one obviously got wet at the retailer. So what I'm doing here is, this is a 5-gallon fabric pot. Get this for free with every order at rootregulator.com. And I'm going to do 4 to 5 inches in the bottom of that. And I don't press it tight, but I do pack it a little bit, just pat it down, because it's going to compact when we wet it. And the reason we recommend fabric pots and Pro Mix is because there's 3 reasons. They're simple, they're effective, and they're widely available. And that's in line with our goal for this nutrient system as well. So I've got the safe zone going on here. I'm going to just put about 30 to 40% of this packet right on top of that. I'm going to put another inch or so of soil on top of that and just scratch it up. Not really mixing it all the way to the bottom. We will get some stuff washing down with gravity and water. Now repeat process basically. Trying to get about 5 or 6 inches in here. Not worried about all those lumps. So yeah, simple stuff here. You can get Pro Mix soil at just about any home store, fabric pots on our website, Amazon, lots of places. They're effective, they do the job. There are lots of good products out there. We like these because they don't require a huge learning curve. So you see I'm kind of layering it in there and just scuffing it up. A lot of that will get pushed down. I like to shake the pot around, make sure that's all even. So our goal for this is basically 3 simple concepts as well. And We want simple instructions. We want easy application, because simple and easy aren't always the same thing. It's simple to flip a giant rock over, but it's not always easy. But most of all, we want outstanding results. And let's look at that claim a little bit. Outstanding results. The reason we claim outstanding results is because we saw it on the soft launch. This is made by growers for growers, and we've seen the results ourselves. And the reason it differs from other products on the market is because it's complete, balanced, and non-toxic. Excuse me. Plants, like most other forms of life, need a complete, balanced, non-toxic, constantly available source of nutrition to achieve the best possible results. And I like to start underground. That's where we're at right now. I saved the last little bit for this top layer. I usually fill my pots pretty full. It's going to compact a little, and I am not the least bit worried about it, because I usually, after the plants become juveniles, I top them off a little bit just to make sure the pot's full and there's plenty of room. Alright, that's it, guys. Super simple, and that's the most complicated step. Next, saturate this entire pot with water. I use water out of the tap, and I have been all over the country doing this. I've never had a problem. Plants and animals have different concepts of what good water is. But saturate that thoroughly, let it dry for a couple of days, and it is ready for your seedling. One more step I'm going to do here, and we will address some of the things I'm talking about in other videos. I start my seeds after germination in solo cups, because I don't like to have a million giant pots sitting under the light with tiny sprouts in them. And because of that, I scoop out this middle section. Make room for a solo cup. This is what I'll start my seeds in. When I transplant, because autos are very finicky when it comes to disturbing the roots, I'll simply pull this cup out and pop out the entire root ball, put it in place, and it'll be right at home in the exact same soil. So that's, if you are transplanting, a rule of thumb is to put it in its final home, and I never argue with that, although it's not the transplanting that hurts them, it's disturbing the roots. While we're looking at this, I want to look at a couple of questions. We get a lot, is it organic? It's all natural. It contains lots of organics, but organic does not apply to minerals and other naturally occurring elements like granite, lignite, basalt, sulfur, calcium from fossil, and a lot of stuff like that. So it's all natural. And I have dealt with getting organic certifications before. There are other nutrient and soil companies dealing with the same stuff. If you have granite dust in your mix, it's not organic. So the answer to that is no, but it is all natural, naturally derived, very complete. And focusing on the root zone is important, in my opinion. Most people start out with 80% of their resources focused on light, humidity, temps, etc. All that stuff above ground is important, but it's all more forgiving in my experience. And when I start visioning a grow, I start from the bottom up and try to perfect what's underground.